The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open, the one and only talk show dedicated to bringing the best in the Bronx, New York, and the world right to you. I'm Rina Valentin, your host in Café con Leche, and today's show is highlighting Women's History Month. And in the efforts of values of women, here's just a taste of what to expect. First up, some fun and exciting events happening around the city in our Open Weekend Preview. Then Bill Aguado will be here to tell us all about an event at Hostos Community College celebrating great women and honoring the name of his own mother, Josephine Aguado. After that, we'll talk to the women behind a new play that will shine a light on female sexuality. And Bobby C. will be here, as always, with his sports roundup to catch you up on the latest sports news. And finally, the Shihan of SFMAI, self-defense classes, will talk to us about the importance of keeping the women in our lives safer in the streets. So stay tuned. All that is coming your way because now we are officially open. Good morning and welcome to Open. I'm Rina Valentin and I'd like to remind you to interact with us here on Open. You can reach out to us via email by sending us an email to open@bronxnet.org. And of course, we are tweeting and chirping at BronxNet TV. And of course, on Facebook, give us a like so that you can be updated on the latest news and images of any past episodes. And you can also tweet me personally at Rina Valentin. And we're going to get right into the show and see what this week has in store. It is now time for our Open Weekend Preview. First up, just between us, a parent-daughter event at Bay Plaza. The Bay Plaza Barnes & Noble is proud to join with American Girl for a fun workshop based on the care and keeping of youth. This is an event for girls aged 8 and up, and that's happening Saturday, March 16th at 12:30 p.m. at the Barnes & Noble in Bay Plaza, which is located at 290 Baychester Avenue in the Bronx. And for more information, you can give them a call by at 718-862-3945. 718-862-3945. And next, an afternoon with Raquel Cepeda. The award-winning journalist, writer, and filmmaker presents selections of her current work in progress, Deconstructing Latina, and will also discuss her new book, Bird of Paradise, How I Became Latina. That's March 16th at 2:30 p.m., and it's all happening at the Bronx Library Center, located at 310 East Kingsbridge Road in the Bronx. And for more on that event, you can go to the Bronx Library Center website, or you can call 718-579-4244. And there is also a winter workspace at Wave Hill. It's painting with natural materials this time, and visitors to this event will gain insight to artist Tessa Grundon's creative process and explore the winter landscape as a source of inspiration. Admission is free. With admission to the grounds, drop-ins will be accommodated as space permits. That's happening on Saturday, March 19th. From 1 to 4 p.m. at Wave Hill, and that's located West 249th Street and Independence Avenue in the Bronx. And for more information, you can call 718-549-3200, extension 305. And that's what we have for you today, and I hope you get out there and enjoy the rest of the winter. All right, we're going to turn it over to our DJ and give DJ Vince Bracy some acknowledgement, some love this Friday. And, you know, what would be interesting for us to kind of just tap into is, well, we've got a new Pope, DJ. We've got a new Pope. Pope Francis.
Pope Francis the First. Happy Friday, Rena.
Happy Friday to you, too.
Interesting. I don't know if I should say congratulations on the new Pope. I guess that's a good thing, right?
Well, you know what I think is very interesting regarding the topic of the new Pope and the name that he chose is the fact that he's the first Jesuit.
Right.
And the reason he chose Pope Francis, it's after St. Francis of Assisi.
Of course.
It's just all fascinating that we're like moving into a new era of a first, and I think that's the beauty of it.
Right. And not only is he the first Jesuit, but he's the first non-European Pope in like over 1,200 years.
That's right. He's Argentino, Latinos in the house.
Yes.
Which is a beautiful thing, too.
And he's very positive, too. I think one of his first orders was to tell people not to come to the inauguration. He didn't want people from Argentina or even his followers from all over the world. He didn't want them spending money to get to see him. He wanted them to donate their money to the poor instead. I thought that was very nice.
Yes, definitely noble. And, you know, he definitely has a reputation of being humble. And, it's just, I just think it's a beautiful thing. The energy that comes behind this man is pretty powerful. Right. And I'm feeling it. Of
course.
Yes, I guess we could say congratulations to Pope Francis the First.
Yeah. And he looks kind of like Woody Allen.
Okay, that's another segment. I guess what he's referencing is he's relatable, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
To the next generation, because that's the other thing too.
Right.
It's a generational thing, so it's all good, right? Peace and love. That's what we're about here, NEO.
Peace and
All
love.
right, DJ Vince Bracy in the house. Woo! All right, well. The last few weeks we've been doing a makeup contest, and it's time, well, that we announce the winner. Drum roll, please. DJ Vince Bracy, congratulations to Glady Tejada. Woo! Yeah, Glady Tejada! Woo! Congratulations! Woo, they did a nice little congratulations for you on air. Yay, Glady! All right, well, we actually have her here on set. We're really excited to get to know her a little bit. Oh boy, look at that, all those colors for you. That's what we're looking forward to, all these colors. Look at this fabulous job she did on my face today. Nice. So how do you feel?
I'm so excited, super excited, blessed. I'm blessed to have this opportunity.
Well, we're really happy to have you aboard.
Thank
and,
you so much.
Congratulations on doing a fabulous job, if I may say
I'm
so.
I like it.
I will be your canvas moving
so
forward.
Excited to be your makeup artist.
Yay,
You look all glam.
Yes, all glam, all glam. And, Glady is actually going to be having, we're actually going to offer you, like, this segment during the seasons and where you get to design, like, your own fads for the season, and then we'll have you on and you can demonstrate either on me or another model and kind of like give some nice makeup tips.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I'm
thank
excited.
you. All right, once again, Glady. Woo! Yes, thank you. No, stay there.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I know she's already used to being the artiste, and once again, you can look forward to seeing Glady's work over the next, few weeks here on Open. We'll, with me, right, as a canvas. And we'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere with Bill Aguado from Hostos. But first, let's check out the latest episode of Rena Gets Lean. Hi, I'm Rena Valentin. You know me as the host of Open Fridays. And my most recent role is that of being a mom to a 2-year-old. With that said, everything else fell to the side. And now I'm trying to restructure my world and hers to transform our lives. Join me on this Bronx Strong initiative as I try out different methods of training and revamp my eating habits to design a healthy lifestyle. Welcome to Rena Gets Lean. Today, we're going to try something a little different. It's beautiful outside. So we're going to indulge in the outdoors while taking on a 30-day challenge with Reno.
Your body fat is 37.6 and your BMI is 32.5.
What does that mean?
It means we got to get it down, and we will.
I meet Reno And it's actually refreshing to see that he's not one of those buff guys, with no neck. Lo and behold, Reno is actually chiseled in a way that is lean, which is obviously what I'm looking for. Right. So he's going to follow us here, and we're going to just jog. Look, like
nice
this.
Face. Yep, nice face.
Come on.
Nice face. We're jogging.
Come on, Mama.
Good. There you go. Good. Just move
Up.
feet.
Knees
Move
up.
feet.
Knees up. Today's day and age,
Look at Mommy.
the kids are primarily doing their virtual workouts, right? Which means they're not really physically moving their bodies. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm blessed because I have the opportunity to actually bring my daughter to my workout, get my workout on while showing her what working out is all about and formulating a habit.
This is a band that's going to go around her ankles, and it's going to work her hip flexors out, and the inner thigh, and the glutes. And she's going to hate this guy, but at the end, you'll love him and you'll be thanking him.
What he's really doing is like a total body workout because he was kind of, I guess what they call fooling the body. The way I'm working out is more kind of like, no, we're going to work out the entire body in one shot today. When you have somebody there who's actually paying attention to what you have to offer to yourself, because that's all this is about. It's not about impressing the trainer. It's about really, honoring yourself.
Two, push yourself. Give me another one. I want one more extra. Next one. Very good. Nice.
Oh, thank
Nice.
you. Thank you.
Back up.
Thank you.
Gotta get that. Oh, I must be careful. Well, that's a nice picture.
Come on, Anna.
Okay.
Foreclosure doesn't affect just you. It affects your whole family, too. If you've fallen behind on your mortgage, we can help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE because nothing is worse. These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
And welcome back to Open. And, with us here we have Bill Aguado. Bill Aguado is a trustee and honorable man in the Bronx community. And he owes it all to his mama. That's right, his mother's parenting. Now he's actually giving other single women, the chance to succeed with a scholarship and an event named after his mom. Please welcome to the set, Bill Aguado.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. It's really, really special to have a man come and participate in our theme, Women's History Month, especially because you're actually honoring other women, single mothers, I might add, on behalf of your mom.
Well, it's being a product of a single-parent household. My father died when I was a freshman in high school, and it was just my mother and myself. And, you never realize the sacrifices that a mother or a father, whoever the single parent is, makes for the child until you're much older. And when I first went out on my own in my early 20s, I couldn't afford the food that my mother got for me when she was working in a factory.
So you couldn't afford to live alone?
I could not afford it. And there's my mother making these sacrifices, going without. And when I've been on the board of Ostos Community College for a number of years, and Mrs. Edgecombe, Mrs. Nydia Edgecombe, who runs the alumni program, we were talking one day about support. And I said, you know what, I'd really like to do something for single mothers or single parents. For the academic achievement to really celebrate what they do and who they are. And each year I give a certain amount of money, and I left a certain amount of money in my will so that it will continue. And I also think it's important that in our community, the Latino community, the Puerto Rican community, that we learn to give back.
Right.
We can't depend on City Hall to support us. We can't depend on the major foundations to support us. We have to give whatever small change we got for well-meaning areas of of our concern.
No, you're absolutely right, and you know, it's so wonderful to have you here on air expressing this because you know, your pledge is quite substantial. I mean, you made a $50,000 pledge to a scholarship fund of people that you're not even familiar with just because of your contributions to the community. I mean, I know that it's actually being dispersed in smaller amounts to each individual. Now, it's just the fact that you're actually honoring these single women who are single mothers, I should say, single moms, to pursue their education and not give up because of financial constraints.
And I think what's nice is they stay in touch with me, and they tell me what's going on, and you know, and it could be a 22-year-old single mother, it could be a 45-year-old single mother. You know, going back to college at Ostos is very often for the young person, the student, is the first opportunity to raise your status in life, your stature. And someone who had to work 2 jobs to help my mother and to stay in school, you know, I can appreciate a little bit of help.
You know, and it's so interesting that you would say raise the stature, right? Because they're also putting on a show, vignettes in honor of your mom, right? A show called Behind Every Great Man, There's a Great Chancletazo.
I wasn't aware of that, but now I am, and I will come prepared.
You will come prepared? What do you mean? You're going to get flashbacks of the chancletazos?
Oh, listen, if chancletathlon had been an Olympic competition, my mother would have been a gold medal winner every 4 years, both in the Summer Olympics and Winter Olympics. She could hit me 40 feet away with a chancleta, and if I went around the corner, that chancleta followed me.
Like a boomerang?
Like a boomerang. Oh, she was the best.
It's such a Latino thing. It's hilarious.
Or she would say, you know, what's great is, Mira, that means stop. You know,
Or she would say, Mira.
Stop. You know, I have to stop. You know, she put her hands on her head, Mira, and go on. I say, oh, Mommy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So your mom was a strong woman.
Oh, she was.
Well, she had to be. Look.
Yeah, it's.
She had to be a pro with the chancla.
Yeah, she had many favorite names for me, many of which I can't repeat on the air.
Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing.
But it was also a good extended family, because what taught me a lot after my father died is on Saturdays, my mother was the baby of the family, so her sisters and brothers would come over with their children. We have a Saturday dinner or a Sunday dinner, maybe 40 weeks out of the year, and it was fabulous, and I never missed one. And it got so great that even my friends from the neighborhood didn't want to hang out. They wanted to come and hang out with my family because my mother could cook, and it's where I learned how to cook. It's from her, you know. And when I went out on my own, and Mommy wasn't around.
I just want to share this with everyone because this is such a beautiful photo of your mom.
Yeah.
What was this, like in the 50s? Look at this.
Oh, no. God, that was in...
oh, look, they're showing the actual
It is probably in the late 20s.
In the late 20s. That's a 20s photo. Yeah, I guess that's the 20s hairdo, right?
Yeah.
Lovely. She's a lovely lady. Lovely.
You know, I owe a lot to her, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity to give back. But I also want to emphasize and encourage all of your listeners to give back. It doesn't have to be the amount that I'm giving, but colleges for students, Latino students, Puerto Rican students, Dominican students in our community, go to our college. These colleges need to have scholarships to help our students. It could be an emergency, it could be purchase of books, it could be anything, but give back. Our future here in the city, in this country, is education, and we have to contribute to that education.
Absolutely. It takes a village. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bill Aguado, everyone. The Josephine Scholarship Award Ceremony, right? Oh, when is that happening?
Oh, it's this coming Thursday at the Ostos Gallery at 12:30, March 21st.
March 21st at 12:30 in the afternoon. Is it open to the public?
It's open to the public. It's going to be at the galleries. Anyone can come. And if they mess with me with those chancletas, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Got it. You have made your point. You are seriously traumatized by the chanclas. Thank you, Bill Aguado. Once again, for more on the Honoring Women event at Hostos, you can check out hostos.cuny.edu, and the event will take place once again March 21st at 12:30 p.m. And after the break, we'll be empowering women in another way. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
Every year, mothers lose their babies to gun crimes. You'll always be your mother's baby. So before you commit a gun crime, think about who you'll leave behind. Gun crimes hit home.
Low-fat cheese sandwiches on whole wheat bread. Chewy and good for you. Snacks high in calcium help build strong bones, and foods rich in fiber are good for your heart, so you have the power to dominate. Can your food do that? Run, throw, think, eat better. Find out more at smallstep.gov.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
You know, when I was younger, man, my brother was the one who really took care of me, man.
Is that right?
Hey, he'd wake me up in the morning, get me ready for school, take a shower, make me some breakfast.
Where your brother at now?
Oh, he know. Iraq. I get lonely, nobody to talk to. Felt like quitting school. He looked at my dad in my eye, he told me, if not for me, do it for him.
Give Josh and our class of 08 the boost they need to graduate. Join us at boostup.org.
Hey, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. I'm not only on radio, we're on TV too. Open Mondays, Channel 67. Make sure you're there.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool, really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
Hello, welcome back to Open. Rena Valentin here, and we have, well, these frequent co-collaborators, Maggie and Rachel. They've actually come together to focus on female empowerment in a new play that sees female sexuality as told by women and abroad themselves. And to tell us more about the Birds and the Bees Unabridged, please welcome Maggie Keenan Boulder and Rachel Sullivan and cast members, Karina, and we also have Cole. Yes, Cole. And welcome. I hope I got everybody's name right. Did I get everybody's name right? All right. So, you know. Okay, so Maggie and Rachel, you are actually the originators of this concept. So from what I read, you guys were in graduate school together, and there's a certain topic in which you found people didn't really discuss or elaborate on, which is female sexuality. So who would like to begin in sharing how the Birds and the Bees came about?
Well, I pretty much approached Rachel and was like, I'm really excited about doing our next piece about female sexuality, and you know, we talked a lot about it and had some workshops with women from around New York City, and started, you know, seeing what they were interested in and excited about, and we put out a survey to sort of the general public, and it ended up going out, and we were hoping to get like 500 responses, and we ended up with 2,000.
Well, obviously this is a topic people are interested in.
Yeah.
We had over each question, there were 50 pages of responses of just written out lines that people just poured forth so many opinions, which was great for us.
Okay, so what were some of the questions in the survey?
What did we? Anytime you felt a contradiction about your sexuality.
Anytime you felt abnormal, as if your sexuality wasn't the norm. And
we had worst pieces of advice, best pieces of advice, things you would tell a younger woman or a daughter, a friend. And then we asked them, what are your top 10 topics that you'd really like to see in a show? Which is great for us because we're doing sort of a collage of a show, different scene topics. And we looked at the survey to see, the top thing that people would like to see is partner communication.
Partner communication.
It's a big one.
That's very interesting. Okay, so just going back to, yes, because, you know, we us women like to think that we've got that, you know, we've got that part down. You know, it's the opposite. That, you know, but then again, you're also tapped into the LGBT community and the transgender community. And so leading into the cast members that are sitting outside as well, you put out a survey of 2,000 people. You put out a survey and 2,000 people responded, and then you actually cast like 20 people.
Yeah, so it was interesting. The survey actually brought up for us that people were really interested in hearing trans perspectives as a part of the piece. And so we reached out to Cole and to some other folks, and we were lucky enough to have them come on board. We were looking for trans women as well. We're not able to find any for this go-around, but we're hoping that in future incarnations they will also be included.
Okay, so Cole, do you want to share a little bit about the trans community? Do you have knowledge that you would like to just, you know, share with our viewers?
Sure. Well, I'm really glad to be a part of this show because it's really so large in scope, and it's aimed to have a diverse cast. And I was honored that they approached me to be a part of it because you know, the topic of female sexuality is such a broad topic itself, and they have this all-encompassing goal of trying to hit all of the topics inside of that. And it's a very difficult thing to do. they certainly can't be speaking for all women, and female identity is much broader than even just that.
Right.
As I can explain as my experience as a trans man, I don't identify as a woman, but I do have a female experience and a history with that. So a lot of the topics in this show are totally relevant to me.
That's a very interesting way of putting it, because I think in society this is something that people are still just it's part of our society. It is, and it's something that I think people need to familiarize themselves with in understanding it. It's more of an understanding thing. So the fact that you're bringing it into light is very interesting, and also the fact that you're referencing female identity. And I just want to tap into Karina's contribution, because you're Latina, and I'm not saying that that's your contribution.
No chancletas. No.
You're going to tell me you weren't raised being chancletaud?
Chancletazos, yes.
Yeah, okay. It's part of our culture.
Well, I mean, for me, what brought me into the project is the fact that growing up in Puerto Rico, I feel as though sex ed has a very small perspective, is what we're taught, and society as a whole back home is a bit closed off to other perspectives. And when I moved to New York and I'm learning about all these new experiences and how they are applied to my own, I felt that this show could both benefit me in educating me about other experiences, and also I could bring in what I've learned from back home. So I'm very happy with the process. And
so it's almost like back then and now is what
Yeah.
you're saying, because that's what I'm picking up. It's like the cultural aspect is a little, it's a little outdated.
A tiny bit.
Yeah,
A tiny bit outdated.
women, well, because women, we're empowering, and then, just in general, dominating, possibly. I'm not saying that. I don't know. Hopefully we can tap into that.
We should get you to fill out our survey.
I know, right? So, no, thank you for sharing that, and I'm hoping that they're grasping that there's a diversity involved in this presentation, and it's not just in the culture or the transgender, the trans community, and the LGBT and the female. It's just a broad voice in tapping into sexuality.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's one of those things where it's impossible for us to represent everyone. Unfortunately, we would love to, but we were very conscious, Rachel and I, both being white women, of being like, that is not the only experience. And I think it's often the experience that gets communicated, and so it sort of has a louder voice oftentimes in our community. So we definitely wanted to make sure that the queer voices and that any minority population was represented in a way that was making sure that those were a part of the conversation as well.
Right, and then of course from an educational component.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we also span ages 20 to 70 within our cast, which is
nice.
Which has
That's
been
a
really
nice age
exciting.
range.
Yeah. To hear the different ages share their experiences. And I just want to reiterate that we didn't actually write this show. It's a group collaboration piece. So that's really exciting too, because we took some quotes from the surveys, we take some of the cast members' ideas, their opinions, their stories, and we meld it all together to create this show. So hopefully there will be a snippet in there for everybody that will, be of meaning.
That's very cool. Very cool. So it's literally 20 different voices.
Yeah, well, and more really.
More. You have
Yeah.
20 cast members, but you have more voices.
Exactly.
Is it vignette style?
Yes.
Yeah, it's vignette style. So, all right, so how long does the show run?
It will be an hour and 40 minutes.
An hour and 40 minutes, and it opens?
It's March 27th through the 30th. It's at University Settlement, which is on the Lower East Side at 187 Eldridge Street. And if they want to check out tickets, we have a website at www.thebirdsandthebeesunabridged.com.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming by.
Thank you so much for having us.
Bees Unabridged. I like that. All right. Once again, for more on the Birds and the Bees Unabridged, you can check out their website by going to thebirdsandthebeesunabridged.com. They're on Facebook as well. The performance dates are they open March 27th at 8 p.m. and they're running through Saturday, March 30th at 8 p.m. So make sure you check them out. All right, we got to take a quick break. But after the break, we've got Bobby Sees with his Sports Roundup. Don't go anywhere. Hi, I'm Rena Valentin, your host of Open Friday. This month on Open, we will be highlighting women's history. Tune in every Friday at 10 a.m. right here on BronxNet.
You know, when I was younger, man, my brother was the one who really took care of me, man.
Is that right?
Hey, he'd wake me up in the morning, get me ready for school, take a shower, make me some breakfast.
Where your brother at now?
Oh, he know. Iraq. I get lonely, nobody to talk to. I felt like quitting school. He looked at me dead in my eye. He told me, if not for me, do it for him.
Give Josh and our class of 08 the boost they need to graduate. Join us at boostup.org.
My name's Brandon. I'm 9 years old, being alcoholic.
Hi, Brandon.
I'll start drinking with the older kids. And whatever they do, I'll do.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
I know it'll start with alcohol. I'm just not sure how it's gonna end.
How you doing? I just want regular, no sugar today.
You got it.
Thanks. Hello.
Hi.
Did you eat that whole thing today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, how you doing? She's getting big, huh?
Big. Yeah, she is big. Great haircut.
Yeah.
Looks cute. Come on, let's go. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? That zit is huge. Zit face.
It's one of the many ways to fight osteoarthritis pain. For more information on managing pain, go to fightarthritispain.org.
On the NBA hardwood for a New York Knicks edition of The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. Let's take a look back at this past weekend and the conclusion of the homestand at MSG. The Knicks head into their West Coast swing on a high note following a bounce-back win over Utah Saturday night at the Garden. 2 nights after falling to OKC in a dogfight, the Orange and Blue coasted to a 113-84 win without stars Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire. A bum knee will keep Amari sidelined for 6 weeks, while Carmelo is day-to-day with fluid on his knee. The Knicks stepped up in their absence, with J.R. Smith leading the way with 24 points and Steve Novak adding a season-high 20 off the bench.
I think more than anything, you feel for Amari because he's worked so hard to get back and he's playing great. But then I think you kind of rally together and say, look, it's time to go out there. This is what we get paid to do. We got to go play and win at home.
This is going to start. We still got a ways to go before we start talking about, but it's going to be important these next 9 games at home that we defend our home court.
Woodson and the Knicks geared up for the West Coast by getting several players into the lineup late, including Chris Copeland, who scored 12 points in the 4th. Copeland is expected to see plenty of time thanks to an ailing front court.
I never know. I mean, whatever he wants to do, I thank him for the opportunity, even being here in the first place. It's a long time coming, so whatever he wants me to do, play 2 minutes or no minutes, I'll be looking forward to it.
It was New York's 6th victory in 8 games. The Knicks seized control on an 18-2 spurt in the second quarter, taking a 32-point halftime lead.
We come out tonight and play a really good New York team. We got blown out, so it's been a long trip, but I think guys are excited to get back home.
We understood
where we stand right now. Every game is very important. Our goal is to win out, as far as the homestand goes. And you can't win unless you get the first one.
That was the good. Here's the bad. The Knicks embarked on the West Coast road trip beginning Monday in Golden State. A near 30-point defeat to the Warriors soured Carmelo Anthony's return to the hardwood. Clearly, Melo was not right, and that was perhaps most evident in a crippling Wednesday night loss to Denver at Carmelo's return to the city. New York lost 117-94. Thursday night wasn't much better for the Knicks either, who fell 105-90 in Portland, dropping to 0-3 on the swing. And now, here's the ugly. The Knickerbockers needed to send Melo and his ailing knee home to the NYC. The club also played without center and defensive presence Tyson Chandler Thursday night. Chandler suffered a contusion to his knee in Wednesday night's defeat. The injury-plagued Knicks are wobbling and will try and bounce back Saturday and Sunday as they continue the road trip against the LA Clippers and Utah before coming home. They need to come home. Meanwhile, the Knick Woes have allowed the Brooklyn Nets an opportunity to climb the standings and maybe, just maybe, leapfrog the Knicks, who are currently third in the conference. The Nets are right behind in fourth, but have the same number of wins following Tuesday night's home win over New Orleans. Nets point guard Darren Williams says the club is tired of being the JV team around these parts. The Nets have won 4 of their last 5 and will host Atlanta on Sunday night in the BK. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. Time for some quick hitters. Let's begin on the NFL gridiron and the free agent frenzy. Tons of moves around the league. Some notables include Percy Harvin, bound for Seattle. Another high-profile wideout, Mike Wallace, is heading to Miami. The champion Baltimore Ravens have shipped out Anquan Boldin to the team they defeated in the Super Bowl, the San Francisco 49ers. Forget about Tom Brady's restructuring of his contract. Top target Wes Welker is heading to Denver. The Peyton Manning-Tom Brady feud will continue in the AFC. The Patriots replace Welker with wideout Danny Amendola. And closer to home, a few moves for the locals. Safety Kenny Phillips departed for Philadelphia, and tight end Martellus Bennett is off to Chicago. But the G-men have added kicker Josh Brown, defensive tackle Cullen Jenkins, and free agent safety Ryan Monday. The New York Jets keep quarterback shopping. Rumors now that they might sign Kevin Kolb if he is released from Arizona. West Virginia QB Geno Smith is also on the draft radar for the Jets. With the NFL draft a little over a month away, talks are also heating up for Darrelle Revis. His latest destination appears to be Tampa Bay. The Jets and the Bucs are having a stare down for Revis. On the ice, the Reeling Rangers lost hold of the 8th and final playoff spot Thursday night in a loss to Winnipeg on the road. The Jets topped the Blue Shirts 3-1. The Rangers have lost 3 of 4. They'll be at Pittsburgh Saturday and home Monday for Carolina. On the baseball diamond, the World Baseball Classic is starting to heat up as well. The Dominican Republic pulled a shocker Thursday night, upsetting the USA by beating Craig Kimbrell. DR won 3-1 and advances to the semifinals. Team USA and Puerto Rico will meet in an exhibition game, or elimination game, today to determine who joins DR, Japan, and the Netherlands in the semis. It is exhibition, though. Meanwhile, the Yankees are still searching for veteran replacements. However, Chipper Jones and Derek Lee have decided to stay retired. The Yanks will have to look elsewhere for help at third and first. We shift gears to the college hardwood, where tourney time is in full effect. You have to give some credit to Manhattan, who, despite its seeding in the MAC Conference this past week, reached the league final against rival Iona in a rematch to remember. You may recall our recent coverage of their overtime thriller in Riverdale. The Jaspers and the Gales played a classic championship, but Iona held on late to punch its return ticket to March Madness. Iona will have a selection party for its players on Selection Sunday as the Gales set their sights and tune in for the good news about the NCAA's first round. The Big East tournament, as we have come to know it, is taking one final bow this week. Realignment has essentially destroyed the Power Conference, which is featured on this week's edition of Sports Illustrated. It is truly the end of an era. We go inside the locker room for some insights and sounds from day one out at the tourney, which was Tuesday night. Check this out.
A lot of times in the second half, when we keep battle, we've gotten stops and we've gotten opportunities. And these guys, these guys are talking in the huddle like they've done all year. They believe in it. We're going to get some stops, and eventually one of our shots has to go in.
Experience both sides. We had phenomenal success last year, and this year we, obviously didn't have the season we wanted to have. But we'll get it fixed, and we'll be back.
It may take some longer than others. I believed in this team, the talent we had. I believed in the pride in which we conducted ourselves, and it just again, it was a good night. It was a very good night, and we have to now carry it on till tomorrow.
Our inability to generate some sound offense once we started to turn them over with 7 or 8 minutes to play proved to be our undoing. Again, I thought our guys came out ready, but we just didn't play well enough to win.
Georgetown, Notre Dame, Syracuse, and Louisville have emerged as the semifinals will play out tonight at the world's most famous arena. Championship Saturday night should be special. We'll have a special tribute to the Big East next time with plenty more sights and sounds and some reflections, not to mention a full recap of Saturday's finale. And on a sad note here this morning, legendary high school coach Jack Curran, who coached for more than a half century at Archbishop Molloy High School, has died. He was 82. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for the Bronx Story of the Week. Check this out. Basketball in the Boroughs, a community initiative presented by Chase Bank and the New York Knicks, hit the Bronx this March. The tip-off event took place Wednesday night at St. Mary's Recreation Center and featured a free hoops clinic for neighborhood youth. Knicks great Larry Johnson, former St. John star Felipe Lopez, and Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. championed the cause.
It's just incredible that they're giving back to our kids, teaching them not only the mechanics of basketball, of shooting and dribbling, but also all of the things that come with the basketball game, how to play as a team, how to create a plan, how to stay determined and disciplined. These are all the intangibles that you get from a basketball player that you could take with you, whether you're playing in the basketball court or not. And for that, I'm totally grateful to have an organization like the New York Knicks, who could be anywhere in the world, be right here in my home borough. It's really a truly a good blessing and a great day right here in the Bronx.
As part of the program, the Knicks and Chase will also fund refurbishment to the St. Anne's Avenue Center, repairing bleachers and making improvements to the scoreboard and the gym floor.
Right now, when I see these youngsters, I'm just more emphasizing that this is New York Knicks, this is what we do. This is the Bronx. You definitely a part of our family. We're part of your family. So just for the Knicks to come out and do this camp for 2, we've been doing it the whole year. So for us to come out and share, we get more out of this, like I said, than the children.
It's great to see the expression, how grateful they are for us to be here. And for us, we learn a lot just to be able to come around the youth. It's our future, and they support us huge, and that's basically what we need to continue to motivate them through education, through sports, and for them to become better citizens.
And the Knicks have signed Ruben Diaz Jr. You can see that jump shot. He's going to help the Knicks down the stretch here, folks. Good to see the Knicks doing big things in the community. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. Hopefully they can turn it around when they come home to the Garden. We'll have more open after this. Stay with us.
How you doing?
Hi.
Hi. Have a nice day. You too. Thanks.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
For you. Hey, Mom. You know, girls, I used to cheer back in my day. Ready? Okay!
That was amazing, amazing, amazing. Mom, that was amazing.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
This is so cool, Dad. This is so cool, Dad!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Be free. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad. Nice.
Charles!
Nice, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
I remember how much you said you liked mine.
Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Hello, welcome back to Open, and No Way, No How. That's right. No Way, No How is a course that focuses on giving women self-confidence for the times when it may save their lives. And well, to tell us a bit more and to demonstrate or to show us some demonstrations on, what you can do is Shihan Michelle Gay. And Shihan actually has all these lovely qualifications. Welcome to the show. And I just want to share with everyone, first of all, she's a Shihan, which means she's a 4th degree black belt. But she's also a movement analyst specialist, right?
Yeah, a Lab-on certified movement analyst.
Which means?
It means I have an expertise in the language of movement.
So, which means that you're able to identify what a person's saying without them using verbal communication?
Well, it could, right? And but it's really like distinguishing what they're actually doing movement-wise. And sometimes you can see that what someone's doing with their movement is not necessarily aligned with what they're saying. Or it is. And we do that, we pick that stuff up all the time intuitively, and then movement analysis is just like the language of it. So it's distinguished what they're doing. Does that make sense?
It does kind of make sense, but what's interesting that you just shared is that their movement may not be aligned with what they're saying. So what does that mean?
Well, what does it mean? So if someone is, in order to speak confidently, you want to have your body behind that you're speaking confidently. And so we're reading, people are speaking, but if I'm speaking like this and I'm then you might not be whatever I'm saying, you can't even listen because I'm not standing with authority. And so that kind of a thing. So we'd be able to distinguish actually what they're doing with their body that doesn't support what they're saying or what does support what they're saying.
Right. And no, I got that. I hope you guys got that, because really this is leading up to what we're here to discuss, which is empowering one to understand that language of, I guess, almost being in a bad position or like being attacked. Like, let's just say it, and what you teach is actually to be aware that exists, not necessarily walk around paranoid.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but be able to really listen for when someone's trying to get control over you. And that can be in a super nice way, right? Or if someone's getting too close for you, like what is too close for you? And kind of the casualness there's a certain casualness way that we are in the world, even with strangers.
Right, like right now. Are we too close?
We're way too close.
We're way too close.
I'm like, I gotta back up from her. And we know each other, right? And it's too close. Isn't it like this?
Yes. No,
it's so great.
I knew we were leading up to that, right?
Okay,
yes, because we're like both on top of each other. We're like, wait a minute, we're too close.
Look uncomfortable. Yeah, it's great.
Right. Okay, so in that aspect of control, right, which is what we're going to share with everybody. And she said a key word, which is in a nice way.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, I'm trying to get this as simplified as possible before we bring in the demonstrator or the bad guy, because we have a bad guy. Well, he's not really a bad guy in real life, but we're going to use him as a bad guy so that Shihan can actually, demonstrate what she's referring to. So can you prepare us for what we're actually going to demonstrate?
Well, what's kind of great, like we could do a little bit of both.
Okay.
Right? So if you stand right there and face me.
Okay.
And can I be seen if I'm this far apart? Is it?
Yeah,
I
think they can follow us.
We can see? Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, so we can't reach each other. Now, when I get too close to you,
Okay.
I'm a stranger.
Okay.
Okay. And you're just going to put your hand up when I'm too close.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. You let me get pretty close.
Yeah,
right?
I did let you get
Yeah.
pretty close.
Which
But I
is
also
pretty
kind of feel
normal.
like maybe it's because I know you a little bit. But
Yeah.
I hear, yes,
This would be good, though.
Okay.
This is pretty good. This is
Okay.
a pretty standard distance, right, for a conversation. And so what this workshop is really distinguishing is the conversation that leads up to an attack. Now, we want to get that all of us are comfortable in conversation with a perfect stranger within grabbing distance. It's so
yes.
easy for me to grab her from here. I could be
Yes.
asking her
Okay.
directions.
She
like
just grabbed
that.
my hand, right, because I'm that close to
It's
her.
so easy. Yeah.
Right.
Now, the other, if we turn sideways this way.
Right.
And then you're going to stop me when I'm too close for you,
Okay,
like
okay.
too close for comfort.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, great. Now turn and face me.
Okay. Oh, you're even closer.
Right?
Oh,
now,
no.
this is
you're
weird,
like,
isn't it? I
It's
was like,
very
whoa.
weird in my face.
So we're like looking at the body. That's a body language thing, right? Like, so this is like we're on the same team.
Right.
They're like like siblings. We're buddies,
Right.
right? But here is very confrontational. I got to either kiss you
Right,
or
right.
hit you at
Right.
this point.
Got
right?
it,
Yeah,
got
okay,
it, right, got it.
So
I
we're
hope
looking
she's
at
gonna
those
kiss
kinds
me.
of relationships.
I hope she's going to kiss me. She's a Shion.
Of course.
Yeah, okay,
absolutely.
okay.
So we're distinguishing those kinds of, that's really the space. And in a fight, we say there's two things that dominate in a fight, space and time. And so it's what we use to control each other. We use space and we also use time. So if I'm trying to rush you along, I'm like, come on, let's go.
Right.
In the conversation, you're like, I want to boss you with, let's go faster.
Got
right?
it, got it.
It might also be that I want to slow things down, like stay. Come on, don't go. Stay, come on.
Interesting.
Right? So we're using the time. So we're looking at how we agree with time, how we agree with space. And then the conversation that's going on while that's going on. So space and time, our body language is happening below our conversation.
Okay, so really to sum this up and simplify it, because it's very interesting, is that what she's focusing on is how we are not paying attention to the space and the time involved. We can have full shots involved in the body's communication, which is what we're discussing. And are we bringing in the demonstrator?
Yeah, we could bring in the bad guy.
Okay, we're going to bring in the bad guy because we're running out of time. So I
Okay.
want to make sure that we actually get to use the bad guy. I
Thanks,
want
Sean.
to kick some butt.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
or whatever.
So I'm going to show you and then you're going to do
Okay,
it.
no, you
great.
kick butt then.
No, because I want you to.
Right, okay,
So
you want me to show.
Here's the thing, so the workshop, we're going to just give you some really quick, easy release and run techniques. Nothing that you have to study for a long time to learn, right?
Okay, so this
Sean,
has to be really quick. Because,
grab me, Sean, quick. Grab me by the, exactly. So Sean has me. Oh, he's really strong. I'm not going to win. And then.
Oh, nice.
Yeah!
Nice.
You
nice.
out of there, Sean.
So all you did was clamp your hands like that.
grab
All right,
Rena.
it's like this, and then I go.
Grab your own hand, like you're shaking your
like
hands,
this,
and then pull back.
But he's grabbed me.
I got that. You might have to kick him.
Okay, so then I have to kick him back and then go like that. There you go. Woo! All right, you're a good bad guy. We're out of time, Shion.
I got it.
I
It goes
know.
quick.
You saw that. You saw that. They were
Yeah,
wrapping
I
up.
did.
You
They're
know,
wrapped up.
obviously, there's more to learn, and she actually offers a workshop called No Way, No How, meaning know how as in know how, and you
Yeah,
just share
knowledge.
the information where they can go to the website.
It's www.sfmai.org.
All right, awesome.
Thank you so much, Rena.
Shion
This is
Michelle
awesome.
Gay, everyone. Thanks again for coming on the show. For more info about the classes, she can be reached once again at sfmai.org. And you know what? Why not give this as a gift to a woman you love? I think it's a fabulous gift. Happy Women's History Month, everyone.